Hi, everybody. I hope you can all hear me. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. So my name is Louise. I'm the program director. Really, again, thanks for taking the time and joining us on this virtual open day. I'm very, very excited and happy to share that we're joined by some of our fantastic students. So I'm going to give them all a chance to say hi, to open their cameras. You don't have to talk at this point. I'll introduce you. We have Yitzhak, who's from Milan. We have Jordan, who I consider more Israeli than American at this point, and Jonathan, who also, his past is in the UK, but I also consider him very, very Israeli. They'll get a chance to talk hopefully in a few minutes. So the way this will work is I really believe that they are the more important part of this presentation, but I will share some details about the program. Then we'll hear all of our fantastic three. And of course, we'll open it for questions. I do want to say we're recording this session. For internal use, we might show it to interested students in the future. It's important for me to note that even if I will forget to turn off the recording, once we go into the question and answer session, we will delete this section anyway, so please feel free to be active in this session. Okay, great. So welcome everybody. I'm going to share my screen. 1 second. Okay, I hope we can all see. Okay. So this is our program. We're very, very proud of it. Our BA in Management and Liberal Arts. I want to say that there's another important major in our program, which is the entrepreneurial element. I think it appears not only in the courses that we offer, but we decided the name would be too long, so we dropped it. I want to say before I go into the details of the program that when we opened this program, which is a merge between two fields that are very distant from each other, which is liberal arts and management, we had one vision in mind, and that is really to create a better generation of managers and entrepreneurs. And doing this by giving our students a chance to specialize in something already while they are students, okay? So for example, we have students who see their future in diplomacy. So in their liberal arts studies, they choose to major in Middle Eastern studies and Jewish studies. We have students who see their future in marketing. So they choose to focus on communications and psychology or philosophy. So it's really about offering this opportunity. We'll let some of our students also speak about their tracks if we'll have time. And also very, very high up on our agenda is the fact that in our program, we view your professional development just as important as your academic one. I'll address this also when I talk about professional opportunities, but I want to say this on the get-go, that for us, when one of our students comes to us and tells us, listen, I got this amazing internship or job offer, can I, take off some of my course load? The answer is definitely yes. We're here to accommodate our students, of course, as much as we can, but we have quite a few students who have decided to study for 4 years rather than 3, all in the purpose of being able to intern and study at the same time, or be very, very active in student clubs. This is also very important for us. So let's move forward. I want to say a few words about the university, about the Color Management School. So our university is one of the highest universities globally ranked when it comes to business and entrepreneurship. We're currently ranked 5th in the world for being an entrepreneurial-minded university, according to PitchBook. If you want to look it up, it's a very, very considered ranking. I'm proud to say that in that ranking, we're the only non-US institution in the top 10. We've surpassed Yale. We're in the company of Stanford, Harvard, Berkeley, and the likes. And, I'm happy that we have these rankings to speak up in our name, because I can say what an amazing institution we are. but our numbers and the rankings speak for themselves. We're also 7th worldwide for companies founded by our graduates, by Tel Aviv University graduates, reaching the unicorn status. At the same time, we're also a top 100 management university and innovation. On campus, and I'll speak about this a bit more when I speak about professional opportunities, we have a lot of very active student clubs. I believe that number is in the process of being raised to 5. We have a Tamid student club on campus. We have an entrepreneurship club. We have real estate club, data sciences, fintech, investment banking. We have 2 venture firm capitals, which are, one is located on campus, Ramot, and we have one which is located near campus, very much focused on investing in student-founded companies. I'll give a bit more details about that later. And we have on average around 3 weekly events on campus that are industry related. So it could be from companies, real estate, insurance, banking. All of these events happen on campus, and I send our students a weekly email where I incorporate all of these events. We also have 2 annual international conference weeks that happen on campus. We have an AI week and a cyber week. I'll mention this later on as well. And these really are events that bring top companies from all over the world. We buy our students tickets to these events. And those are really, taking your networking skills to the next step, but also hearing about what's happening in AI and cyber, which is always very, very interesting. Those are very exciting events. They're filled with tens and hundreds of people. The campus is always flooded by suited people during these times. So all in all, fun and good events. So let's get down to the details of the program itself. So our program is a 3-year program. It's quite an intense program in the sense that you study for 5 days a week. Some days you find yourself spending from 10 in the morning till about 4, even 6 in the afternoon here. But like I mentioned, we do offer our students the opportunity to do 4 years instead of 3 or 3.5 years. In that sense, so kind of spreading out the workload, the course load. You study in our program in parallel, both in the liberal arts and in management. The program is built very similarly to other academic programs, that year 1 presents the building blocks. Year 2 is the focus and the beginning of the specialization. And year 3, we like to call it making it happen, because this is really the year where we see our students getting jobs, beginning their second internships, going on exchange, really, I would say, blossoming as individuals and students. Going into a bit more detail, in your first year, you would take what we call the intro courses, the basis courses. In management, it would be courses like business economics, organizational behavior, mathematics, statistics. In liberal arts, it would be very broad courses introducing you to the fine lines and a very wide range of topics in the humanities. So it would be the history of ideas from Pythagoras to Google. And in year 2, in liberal arts, our students choose the 2 tracks that they're going to focus on. Here you have a list of them. I mentioned quite a few of them at the very beginning. At the same time, in year 2 in management, our students start taking harder, more specializing courses. I always meet with year 2 students, and those that are more mathematically inclined are always surprised in their second year. They're like, oh, this is much more challenging. And I always laugh between myself. Of course, it's more challenging. The idea is that it becomes harder and harder. But it would be courses like marketing, finance, accounting, and so on. In year 3, our students get a chance to go on exchange in their first semester. This is not a mandatory requirement in the program, it's strictly an option. Our students have a very large variety of universities to choose from, and they can choose whether they want to to do an exchange in liberal arts or to do an exchange in management. Also, I would say internship appears in year 3, but we encourage our students to intern really from the get-go from year 1. We also offer an internship course, which is also a career orientation course, which is offered from the very first year in the second semester. And students that find an internship can also get 2 academic credits for that internship during their studies. I want to focus on really what I think is one of the most important points, not the most important point in the program, but that is really the professional opportunities that our campus brings with itself. So really Tel Aviv University, first I'll open and say that our academic requirements to join the management faculty are the highest in Israel for the international program, for the Israeli program. It works to our advantage and also not to our advantage, because some students that we would love to see here cannot meet the academic requirements. Having said that, this fact is known to all business owners and entrepreneurs in Israel. So the fact that you get accepted to our program and you have that on your resume is a very nice opening statement to present yourselves. Other than that, our university is really the beating heart of businesses and startups in Tel Aviv and in Israel. Most of the companies, definitely in Tel Aviv, are founded or are run mainly by Tel Aviv University former students. And this is also part of the reason why the link to the university is very important to them. They know that our students, whether international or Israeli, are the bloodline to continue their company. So that is why they're always very, very happy to come and speak here. They're always happy to offer internship opportunities, first and foremost, to our students. So again, I feel that this is a bit repetitive to what I mentioned a bit before, but I think here you can see the different names of the VC companies, Ramot and Tau Ventures. I will say that both the Entrepreneurship Center and Tau Ventures and also the Collar School of Management, we offer a lot of different accelerators, which is another way for a very speedy workshop for students who have an initial business plan. So the purpose of these accelerators or networking opportunities that are also offered, like I mentioned, by Tau Ventures and the Entrepreneurship Center and Collar, they're really about promoting our students, giving them a chance in some of these competitions and incubators. You can also get the very first investment of, I believe it gets to $100K dollars, again in very under very good conditions, all in the purpose of promoting our students. Another example that I'll give is that Tau Ventures works in a very close collaboration with the Shabak, which is one of Israeli security agencies. They hold meetings where the purpose of such meetings is to get together between the needs of the Shabak and companies founded by students, really to present networking opportunities for students to come and talk and meet, and maybe exit such a meeting, leave, too much terminology, leave such a meeting with business partners or even ideas. I'll take a further step because our program is an intimate program where we cap it up at, I would say, 30 students in a cohort. Another thing which is high on our agenda is the personalized attention that we give to each of our students. Part of it is what I mentioned, that when I have personal meetings with students at least once a semester, we can talk about their academic plan, talk about their interests, try and connect them with whoever we can inside the university, see how they're doing personally. And we cannot give this kind of service if we're programs to grow larger. And I feel that in that sense, we provide an experience which is very close to high school, more than university. Okay. I want to say a few words about our amazing campus. For me, it's a pleasure to come and work here every day. Maybe we'll hear from our students what it's like to study here. Our campus is very green and sustainable. We have international weeks and fairs on campus. So each year, a few countries are chosen For example, Mexico, we had last week, I think we had US week. It's an entire week where you have fun events all over campus, kind of celebrating what that specific country and culture is notorious for. We have a beautiful sports center, which is part of the campus. US students get a very, very special prize for this. We also have a museum and gallery on campus, which I think is very, very unique. We have 15 cafeterias. All of them are kosher. Some of them are tasty, if I'm being bluntly honest. We have 5 libraries, and I have to say, maybe I'm a nerd, but I feel libraries are making a comeback. In general, the fun thing about libraries on campus, maybe our students can support me and not leave me hanging here, is that there are so many different kinds of spaces, whether you want to have a meeting, whether you want to chill, whether you want to study together, and it makes these spaces something really, really nice. And the best part is that you can hop on a scooter or take a bus and you're 15 to 20 minutes away from downtown Tel Aviv, which sometimes is a problem because we have such an amazing city that you constantly contemplate whether to skip class and go to the beach. But you didn't hear me say that. Okay, so I'm going to skip again, like I said, because I really want to hear our students. Applications for our program are currently open. They will close at the end of July. We look for a GPA of 3.0. You have to hand in a personal essay. We provide the prompt for it. We look for your CV, 2 letters of recommendation. At least one of them has to be academic. We accept both TOEFL, IELTS, and also Cambridge for English proficiency. I do want to say that students who come to us after having studied 3 to 4 years in high school in English are exempt from such a requirement. And presenting us with an SAT or ACT are optional requirements. We look for a specific level of math, but that level can be shown to us through high school transcripts, through AP exams. And I also invite you, if you have specific questions about this, to reach out to me. You'll see my details in the next slide. The yearly tuition for the program is $17,500 US. This includes all of the fantastic opportunities and activities that we have on campus. It includes also medical insurance. It includes all the services that we provide students, whether it's advisory sessions with a career advisor, with an academic advisor, with a student advisor, a lot of different off-campus activities that we offer. And we also have a lot of scholarship and funding opportunities. Here are just a few of them mentioned. We have some scholarships which are country specific. So I also want to invite you on this topic, and I'll just share my contact details, that you reach out to me specifically if you want more information about the different scholarships we have available. I want to say one last thing about scholarships. There is no limitation on the number of scholarships that you can accumulate together and join the program with. During the program itself, we also offer merit scholarships. They're more, I have to warn you, symbolic in their sum, but it's still something nice to get a scholarship as a recognition for your academic achievements. And that's it. Please save my contact details. When you scan this QR code, you go into our website, and I welcome you to reach out to me via email. Also, if you want to schedule a follow-up Zoom to this. And at this point, I want to stop sharing, and I really want to hand over the microphone to the real stars of this Zoom. How embarrassing. I'm gonna be a gentle woman. I'm gonna start with you, Jordan. So if you if you want to say a few words about yourself and really share what motivated you to join the program, what is your personal experience so far, you can really choose to put the focus on what you see. Okay? Thanks. So Jordan, everybody, I'm gonna mute myself at this point.
Okay. Hi, can everyone hear me? Yeah, okay, cool. I'm Jordan. I'm originally from the States, but I moved to Israel almost 6 years ago. I was in the army, and what attracted me about like this program was the fact that I wasn't just getting a business degree, I was also getting um, a degree. I chose specifically to do psychology. I wanted like the mix of both this like very mathematical, like business aspect with also like the humanitarian aspect, which is why I chose like also psychology. So I felt like it was like the best of both worlds. Um, and I also was really like the whole idea of like working while being in school and like gaining this um non-traditional academic experience attracted me. It was like a very big incentive for me to do the program as well. Um and yeah, I'm really happy with my choice. I have no regrets. I feel like it's really what you make of it. I think that if you come into university, you come into college and you want to participate in the classes, you do the assignments, you're gonna get a lot out of it. Um, and I've learned a lot. I really enjoy the business classes as well as the psych classes. And yeah, it's been a really great experience. I'm also in clubs on campus. I'm in the Tamid Club. I've been in it since my first year, which is really also a unique experience. You work alongside a startup, and I've also gained a lot of exposure to the high tech world through that. And yeah, it's been a really good experience. I really recommend it. So yeah.
Thank you, Jordan. Stick around because we might have some questions for you later on. Yeah, is that okay? So we're gonna move on to our Italian friend Itzhak. Can you introduce yourself also? Thanks, Itzhak.
Hello, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm Itzhak. I'm from Italy, Milan, and I've joined the program 3 years ago. I'm a second year now, and I wanted to focus more on what you can't find online because I think Luisa has made an incredible job describing what the program looks like. So honestly, a big, I think, additional benefit of studying here is Tel Aviv itself. Like the city truly is a very invigorating city. It's truly a nice environment to be in, even unfortunately during these past times. And I do think as a student that is a big part of what you should consider when making a choice in which university to go to because at the end of the day, like yes, you're gonna study a lot, and academics are important, but also your life outside of the classroom it's very important. And I think Tel Aviv it's really an amazing city to be in. And also something that like really struck me from the program is that I really learned that at the end of the day, networking it's really one of the most important things. And the school offers a lot of opportunity to really network with many different people in many different environments and specifically I'm also in Tamid, which is a club at the university, and I'm doing investment banking in that club. And by being in the club, you meet other people who are as driven as you are with the same interest. And the networking opportunities that gives you also going in the future for another career or anything like that really are impactful. And also if there are gonna be a guest speaker of high level coming into Israel, most probably they're gonna speak at Tel Aviv University. So you really have access to many different work opportunities. And I know I'm being boring talking only about this, but like I really want to stress this point because I really have found myself that it's important. So yes, I think that's my insight.
Thank you, Itzhak. And we're gonna move on to Jonathan from the UK. Jonathan.
I am Jonathan from London. I've also been in Israel for about 6 years. Um, Here I'll give you a quick view. This is the grass where people like to sit and study and relax. Beautiful. Um, yeah, for me, the best thing about this degree, two things really. I mean, Israel is, in my opinion, and I've never really met many people who have come here and disagreed. It's just the best place to be when you're young. So if you're considering, whether or not to study in Israel, definitely the consensus of people who have been here would say yes. And then if you're considering where to study in Israel and you want to study in English, this is the degree that's the most general and the most broad. and it allows you to study multiple things at once, which I think is just an opportunity that I didn't even know existed before I found this program. I was debating whether I should study X, Y, or Z, and then I found this course where you can study all of them. And it's been great. Like the quality of the teaching and the lessons are very, very high level. If you want to, like as Jordan said, it's very much you get out what you put in. Obviously, there's some requirements with how much you should put in and how much you're encouraged to put in. But for the people who come to the classes and are looking to learn as much as they can, like 1 year or one semester, 3 months, the amount you learn is like it's tenfold whatever you learn in high school in 3 years. There's just so many different, really interesting lecturers and professors all teaching such important but unrelated topics. And you just become, in general, you become a bit more of a academic person, a bit more of an intellectual person, I think. And then apart from that, like being 15 minutes away from Tel Aviv, right by the beach, in a place with amazing atmosphere, great culture, not one unhappy person really in the whole city. There's not much of a better place to be. Trying to think what else is important to mention. At the beginning, you've got your core classes, which are like the ones that are required by the course. They're incredibly interesting, and I think it's quite nice that while we're still young, sort of the school encourages us or points us in a direction of what things it thinks is important to study at a young age and what things will help you with the rest of your degree and help you with learning how to think. We had an academic writing course, we had course on a random period of history, but all these different things together prepare you for life in a general way instead of in one specific thing. That's, I think, the best thing about this course.
Thank
That's it
you,
from me.
Jonathan. Thank you. And thank you for giving us some blue skies behind you. Jordan's giving us blue, but it's not, it's a technical. But thank you guys. So I want to open the floor now. I'm going to stop the recording.